No, I'm not the only one who's feeling this, but like 2023 has been such a bad year for music. I feel like this drought has been lasting quite a while. To be honest, I feel like the best album that has come out this year is Lil Yachty's Let's Start Here. Came out all the way in January, and now it's like mid-June, late June even, and we haven't gotten anything super like with a lot of longevity, I'll say it. We haven't gotten a project with a lot of longevity. That's the only one. I've been playing that shit for 6 months straight. Everything else kind of just comes and goes. We had a day, I think, where Black, or 6 Lack, Lana Del Rey, and Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia dropped 3 of their projects, on the same day. That was a cool day. The Black project ended up being just chill background music. Lana Del Rey ended up liking all the singles, and not much else that came off the album. Scaring the Hoes is really cool, but conceptually as an album, it doesn't really have a cohesive theme. It's more just JPEG and Danny having fun, kind of making a mixtape more so than an album, in my opinion. It's kind of nice, but I feel like it doesn't have that longevity. There's a lot of albums from last year that I'm still bumping. I'm always bumping Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry. I'm always bumping The Forever Story by Jid. I'm always bumping Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Granted, those have tapered off a little bit since it's been a year, but still, I'm loving these projects, right? And they came out last year. People were like, oh my gosh, hip-hop is dead, even though, literally, those 3 projects just dropped. Pusha T just dropped a project last year, too. Anyways, there's just, a lot of really good projects that dropped last year. Now, in this year, it hurts. My friend Micah told me that usually the second half of the year is better, and I didn't really believe it last year because Mr. Morale came out in May, Melt My Eyes came out in March, Dawn FM came out in January, Sick came out in January. I think Pusha T's album It's Almost Dry came out in March or April too, so that was new. Tana Talk 4 too. All these things came out, and now this year we don't have any of those things. I feel like Naxaw Jim Duggan was decent, but again, it's I don't know. I feel like everybody in that Griselda group, aside from the top 3, are kind of just doing the same shit. And every time I hear, Naxi or SD Knack or I don't know, Rome Streets or some of the other guys, it feels really the same thing, right? Lil Yachty made something different. Granted, I don't really listen to, psychedelic rock and stuff like that regularly, so it was a breath of fresh air for me, personally, because I've been too involved in the hip-hop sphere. But I feel like the album is cohesive. The transitions flow very, very nicely. The powerful feeling you get when you listen to the album, it just elevates you. There's nice little moments where there's talking interludes about, motivation, getting up when you're falling down, being creative and just doing rather than thinking of a whole process before you actually do something, and it just sounds so beautiful. I'm not getting that. Gorillaz dropped an album. It was okay. What's her name? The girl who made Pang and Welcome to My Island, Desire, I Want to Turn Into You, Caroline Polacheck. Yeah, she also dropped an album, but it's good. There's I like maybe 3 of the songs. The other ones are really, really forgettable, in my opinion. I want this drought to end. I really want this drought to end. And apparently, Travis Scott is supposed to be dropping an album on June 30th. And what else? Baby Keem is rumored to drop. A$AP Rocky's been gone for 5 fucking years. Dude has to drop. Frank Ocean is not going to drop music. Tyler, the Creator, should drop music because he drops every 2 years. There's also so many other people rumored to drop music, but they're just not dropping music, man. Come on, please, guys. Please drop music. I know today is June 20th, so actually tomorrow, I believe, is the 1 year or 2 year anniversary of Call Me If You Get Lost. So technically, it hasn't been very long since Tyler, dropped. He's still got a couple more months, to start a rollout. And usually during his rollouts, he just pushes it and then it drops the end of that month. But I just want something with more longevity. Please, I'm getting bored here. I feel like music has been really, really, it's been hard to find good new music because I feel like I've run out of all of the classics. Granted, I haven't listened to every project under the sun, but just the ones that I really like listening to, I've already found my rhythm. And the ones that I try to find, they don't really hit the spot. For example, I really like Limbo in 2020. Now it's barely in my rotation. I listen to like one or two of the songs every now and then. Melodrama, that's usually in my rotation. I really like Lorde, but she drops every 4 years, so we're gonna have to wait 2 more years. D'Angelo, who knows what he's doing? Hopefully he's okay, but he won't drop for another like decade or so. Marvin Gaye, we all know about him. He's not dropping anything anytime soon. Rest in peace. Isaiah Rashad, we're in a little bit of a drought, but last time I think it was 5 years between his last project, so 2 years isn't too bad. Common hasn't really made such a great project in a while, but and then MF Doom, again, rest his soul. He's probably not gonna drop anything, and his posthumous releases haven't been super great either. And then Bjork, she dropped last year. It was decent, but no offense, her voice, she's getting a little older. I think she's in her 50s. It's very wonderful how she's still performing and making beautiful music. I prefer her older stuff. Like debut, post, homogenic, Vespertine, etc. I don't know. When is this music drought gonna end, guys? Maybe you can give me some recommendations. New music that's come out this year. There's been a couple. Mickinley Dixon dropped an album. It's decent. It's very short, which is good because I really like those albums these days. Like Navy Blue, Mike, Earl Sweatshirt, Overcast, Red Veil, all these guys, when they drop like short 20-30 minute projects, they're very nice, but sometimes they're also forgettable. Like it took me very many listens to really appreciate some rap songs. And anyways, I believe Lil Yachty is the only one that I've been consistently bumping this year, and it's because he did something really different. Not necessarily groundbreaking, but just something different that really just grasps into my soul. I had low expectations for it because I'm not a big Lil Yachty fan, and I was just randomly, I think I was shopping when my friend was like, hey, have you checked out this new album? It's supposed to be kind of different. I did, and look at that, it was pretty cool. So anyways, just this music drought has to end, guys. This music drought really, really has to end. And hopefully, 10 days from now, Travis Scott will come back with Utopia, and it'll be good. And maybe other people will push back their projects because it'll be so good. But I don't know. Just Astroworld was like just decent. There's maybe like 5 or 6 songs on there that I really enjoy. The other ones, they're kind of just, that plain trap sound. It's not as good as, like Rodeo, for instance. And then, man, I don't know. There's a lot of things that have to go on this year. So I guess I'm a little early saying that, it's been a drought because I guess my attention span's, pretty weak. But I feel like a lot of these projects just don't have that longevity, and I want to find projects with more longevity. So yeah, that's my rant for today. Anyways, hopefully the drought will end. See ya.